You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
And welcome to another podcast with Michael Lodge on the WBT. I think that after yesterday, which was Sunday when the mass shooting happened in Texas, we all became aware that we all can do something to monitor our social media better. I am sure that as you watched the news on Sunday covering the deadly attack on a Christian church in Texas as they were worshiping, you heard the comment from several moderators saying, "See something, say something. See something, say something." And we've heard that before. The problem is that we never do it. The moderators were very clear that if you looked at the shooter's Facebook page, that there were pictures of an individual holding those rifles. Now, there's nothing wrong with having rifles. But you have to look at the history, and those that knew this individual and the story that surrounded him would have maybe said something when they saw his social media pages. From the time he was thrown out of the military until now, perhaps we have gotten to the point where we need to monitor our social media better and say something without fear of it coming back to hurt those that speak out. And I think that's where there is fear. There's fear that if they say anything, that somebody will retaliate, but in fact that's really not the case. So the law enforcement needs to do a better job at explaining how the system works when you report somebody that you are fearful of and that you see a trend happening, especially if you see it on social media. And those of us that are in business have a responsibility as it relates to social media monitoring. Most of us now monitor so many social media outlets that our employees use, and also what our clients use. By monitoring social media, we can tell if an employee is posting something that can do harm to our business. Employees' action on social media can put our business in a risky situation. Employers can be held liable for actions their employees take within the course and scope of employment. If your employee posts false statements or rumors about a competitor or coworker on Facebook, you might be exposed to potential defamation claims. So we as employers, we have to watch what is being said by our employees about our company, about ourselves, about our clients, about secret data about our client, of patents we may hold or proprietary information. We have to watch this very carefully. We have to be a lot more proactive as employers to really monitor these social media sites. So here are a few things to keep in mind as you craft a social media policy for your business. Be specific about do's and don'ts. You can limit what your employees post online, but be specific and make sure it's relevant to your business. The National Labor Relations Board, the NLRB, has criticized overly broad social media policies that prevent employees from exercising their collective bargaining rights by, say, talking about wages or working conditions. On the other hand, Employee complaints are not protected if they are not made in the relationship to group activity among other employees. And then you need to protect proprietary information. Educate employees about the harm that can be done if they reveal trade secrets or announce a new product before it's ready or tip off marketing strategies in their posts, even if the sharing is not malicious. Remind them that once something is posted, it is difficult, if not impossible, to completely delete it. So you don't want your employees posting stuff out there that you don't want other people to know. You have to be careful. That's why you need to be monitoring that. I saw a posting on Facebook of an individual that was doing a lot of different comments about his employer, but didn't think the process through of how it would affect the competition and them looking in. Everybody's being monitored at the moment. Even when you apply for a new job, people are looking at your Facebook page to see exactly what you've said about your employer, past employers, past co-workers, past lawsuits that you may have had, etc. And then you need to comply with state and federal laws. Employee online behavior must not violate privacy laws or be discriminatory or defamatory. Keep up with evolving federal and state regulations aimed at social media activity in the workplace. So you don't want to go on your social media site and start bashing your employee. It will come back to you every single time in a big fat lawsuit. So you need to educate and enforce. Be upfront with your employees about how your social media policy helps to protect the company and employees from potentially damaging activity. Make sure all employees fully understand the policies and what the consequences are for violating the rules. Be proactive. Make sure that your employees know what is required of them as they post to their social media. Especially those employees who are fired. You have to be very careful about what you say and do and what you show. If we see you being fired and then all of a sudden you're showing guns, that's a red flag. And that is the time that we need to say and do something quickly. No matter who you are, employee or employer. If you see something that is threatening in nature, say something. Maybe if we had said something about the individual yesterday, we would have not seen so many deaths or not seen any deaths at all happen. So I encourage you to monitor social media. Make sure that you find them, that fired employees are not posting hostile information about you and your company. So we have to get back to the focus. When you see something, say something. See something, say something. Don't be afraid. It's not going to come back and get you into trouble. Because when you report things to the police on a hostile situation, your name is never stated. Your address is never given. So it's confidential in nature. We have to think differently now. This is a new age in many countries, not just ours, in dealing with people. The age of political correctness is really over. It has done so much damage, and we now have to be protective in how we deal with people that surround us or those that leave us. So think about it carefully. Be proactive. Protect your business and employees. by being more focused on social media issues. If you don't have a policy in place, get one in place. If you go to www.wbtpod.com, read our blog today, because we have gone over this and we've given you some links that you can click on that can get you to places where you can start developing a social media policy. And also some state laws that are out there. So let's be more proactive. When we see something, let's say something. Let's protect our employees, let's protect our clients, let's protect ourselves. And how we're running our business and how we're dealing with social media. The social media page now says a lot about your employees, and it says a lot about you. Let's do something better. Let's be better at monitoring our social media for our businesses and also for ourselves in our personal lives. Let's get to it, guys. We need to be better at this. I'll talk with you soon.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
World of Business and Taxes on WBT.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.